4 points.
You just know with Ian Hidlay, this is going to be a really tricky, difficult, well-coached defensive type of basketball game. And if they can lock down the paint, it'll make things a little bit easier. And Noah Helmet coming back in with a couple of cotton swabs stuff up his nose.
Some plugs. They didn't stop the nosebleed, but they're going to deal with the symptoms.
So they've scored, so they're dropping into a 2-3 zone. So it seems Ian Hidlay has done his homework. No surprise there.
Jinwoo Park, free throw line jumper, no. Ty Olenek reaching for the ball. It's out of bounds, last touched by the Blue Jags. Hellman back in. He'll bring out Will Kinahan. And in for the Coyotes is Ron McCarthy, as well as Caden Kulik. LaFontaine, 3 off the dribble's good.
That was a smooth one. Knew he was doing that from the moment he brought the ball up. Just a little hezzy into a jump shot and immediately into the 2-3 zone off of the score.
Olenek to Hellman, can't finish, but he's fouled. And Noah Hellman playing with a nosebleed. Draws good contact.
Foul was assessed to Coyotes number 6, Caden Kulik, his first personal foul.
Just a 10-man roster for St. Michael's this year. Perennial powerhouse in this tournament. They went to 3 straight finals before missing last year's. That was during the run of Graham Hidlay, coach's son. Guys like Max Wilmot as well. It wouldn't be a AA tournament without the St. Michael's Blue Jags.
It would be, that'd be so weird. That'd be so weird.
Yeah. It would be like a 4A tournament without Burnaby South or Kelowna. Or this year, like a 3A tournament without South Kamloops. That is weird. 3 ball from the corner, no good. Tip drill. Hellman ripped it away, but it came to an Elliott player. That's Carter McConnell. 3, LaFontaine. What a shot!
He's come ready to play. We've seen this a few times. Guys hitting on the outside as the game gets going. But right now, LaFontaine, just a clean jump shot, good form. Not even hitting the rim yet.
And Ian Hidlay wants a timeout. As the defense frustrating St. Michael's earlier, that 2-3 zone off a make.
That's a very well-coached, a sign of a well-coached team. If off of makes, they always know when to drop into a zone in situations. Okay, off misses, we're going to go to man. If it's takes a very disciplined team to be aware of the situation to pull something like that off. And it's very confusing for an offense to try and figure that out, for the opponents to figure out. St. Michael's, okay, well, are we running our zone sets, or are we running our man sets? Ian Hidlay picked up on it. He knew going into it. Immediately he pointed that out to his players, but now he has to communicate to everyone. But it's so difficult to game plan. Okay, well, we're going to draw this up. Remember, we have to run this play. That's if they miss. Okay, and if they make it, okay, wipe the board. We're going to do this. It's a very tricky thing, and it's a simple thing on paper, but man, it's hard to execute defensively.
St. Michael's comes out picking up about half court. Nic Lafontaine dishes, Carter McConnell. That's McCarthy. Matt Darley with the ball now. Izzy Hellman in, crossed over there. Kulik, LaFontaine.
Oh my goodness.
Hair trigger jumper, Nic Lafontaine. 3 for 3 from deep to start this one.
And these are tough shots he's hitting. I don't know what more you can do. He had a hand right in his face. That was just a tough shot. A good player making a tough shot.
Uncatchable pass from Tristan Kuhn there.
And right now, St. Michael's just has to stymie the flow. Just get through the initial onslaught. George Elliott's come, and they're hitting from the outside. Just get through it. Oh boy, heat check.
LaFontaine missed the heat check and the push-off called on Caden Kulik down low. So LaFontaine finally misses.
So he's human is what you're saying.
Small victory for St. Michael's. Blue Jags, home of, or alma mater of the greatest basketball player in BC history.
In Canadian history.
Yeah, for sure. You're right. Steve Nash is who we're talking about. You might know him from the gyms. But he doesn't want his name on anymore, but they're still there. He sued to get them to take the name off. I don't think he won that lawsuit because I still see Steve Nash Fitness World everywhere. Here's Kulik. Back out. 3-ball. McConnell got it. Now we're seeing what this George Eliot team is about. Shooting.
Yeah, and if you can see then, if they're getting hot, shooting is just one of the number one things you can count on for an upset. Defense and shooting, and they're really well disciplined and well coached defensively. And if they're hot, like, I don't know, like, there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to struggle to beat them on any given night.
Substitution incoming for George Eliot, number 8.
Timeout again for St. Michael's. But what can you even do as a coach at this point? They're hitting contested 3 after contested 3, Zach.
Some of them are contested. The last one by Darley was a bit open. The ball movement is there, but yeah, it's tough. They're just hitting tough shot after tough shot. This one in particular from LaFontaine, there's not much more you can do on that one. That's just a player feeling himself. The zone is a real thing, Max. And if a player gets in it, it's hard to deal with. You can just contest as much as you want. The problem is on the offensive end, they've also had a bunch of careless, reckless passes and turnovers. George Eliot's playing aggressive, but they're not really forced turnovers. They're just kind of making bad passes at the feet, throwing it way over someone's head, over and backs. The moment's really getting to St. Michael's right now, and they're just putting themselves in a hole that they're going to have to dig themselves out of.
I know the zone is a real thing. I once hit 3 shots in a game.
Good for you, man.
Darley out to Van Lent. LaFontaine driving, and he'll draw the foul. Something tells me Nic Lafontaine can hit free throws.
What gives you that impression?
He's just a good shooter, Zach. 2:09 to go, 17-8 after that first free throw. Barely hit the net. Smooth. LaFontaine's second's good, and it's an 18-8 lead, 10-point ball game here early. You're watching BC Boys AA semifinal action on TFSETV.ca. I'm Max Sussman, my partner in crime, Zach Griffin. Step back, triple, no good for St. Michael's, and they had an offensive rebound, but they couldn't control it, and a foul is going to be called on Hellman.
Interesting to see the strategy they're going to try to employ against the zone offense, against the zone defense. We saw a lot of that the game previous to this one against the 1-3-1 of High Road and Kelowna Christian.
They won it with 3s down the stretch.
They won it with 3 down the stretch. They also went high post. Immediately here, they're trying to set up screen the zone, another strategy to get guys open.
Darley, 3 is short. Ball out of bounds off Elliott. It's Ron McCarthy knocking it out of bounds. Fry pulls up top of the key. Short. Elliott looking to push. It's Darley. Pulls up, blocked. Got his own rebound. Out to McConnell. Pulls up from 15, got it.
They're running them off the three-point line now, but man, another off a ill-advised shot. I get that Carter Fry was open. They're daring him to shoot that one, but man, after that, it's the way that George Eliot's running right now. You gotta get back in transition. Thing to have as a coach.
33-27 the score in semifinal number 1 here at center court at the Langley Event Center. BC Boys AA provincial basketball action on TFSETV.ca. Coming up next, whenever this one finishes, because we're well behind schedule here at center court, thanks to a double overtime game to start the day. The Sahali Sabres, the 12 seed, 3 balls good for Tristan Hearn
Number 5, Tristan.
against the number 1 seed Charles Hayes Rainmakers. In a battle of 2 of the best bigs in this bracket. Liam McChesney headed to Utah State next year. And Jaden Smith, who had a 30-rebound game in the quarterfinals yesterday. 10 points and 30 boards and 6 blocks, I believe. That'll be an interesting matchup. LaFontaine bombs the triple, no. It'll be interesting to see how they play with one another. I don't even think we're necessarily going to see McChesney guarding Smith.
That's a very
that's going to be a
possibility.
That's going to be a Kai Layton matchup, I think.
Yeah.
That foul's going to be on Ron McCarthy, his second.
His second personal foul. Second team foul. Coyotes.
36-27, 9-point game. 88 seconds left in the half.
Substitutions coming in for both teams. Number 4 for the Coyotes.
Subs for St. Michael's. Off comes Kinahan. In comes Izzy Hellman. So it'll be the Hellman brothers, along with Olenek, Kuhn, and this man, Carter Fry. Fry goes right at McCarthy. Tough layup, draws the foul. Carter Fry is going to put all the big wings in foul trouble for George Elliott if he keeps playing like this.
Not a bad strategy. That's the 3rd one now on Ron McCarthy. So immediately Kulik comes back in, as does LaFontaine. Yeah, Carter Fry. That's now about 5 or 6 times the last 2 possessions. Just clear her out, let him work.
He's got a good handle, good length. He's been finishing at the rim. If you can hit a 3, that's all the things you want from an ISO player. And they're going to go into a zone press, it looks like, off a made basket. Fry missed it, so they'll pull it back. 8-point game. 76 seconds left in the half. LaFontaine, hair trigger, got it! Oh my goodness. Nic Lafontaine.
They're setting that double high pick, and it's so hard. It's not one of those you can switch them, so you have to decide, are we going to go under or over? And he went under. You bit.
Foul's going to be on
Brandon Frechette.
Brandon Frechette.
Personal foul. 14 foul.
So now who's number 14? I thought that was Frechette.
Jaden Lever.
3 ball, Kuhn, no good. Rebound. It's Noah Hellman. Carter Fry, open for 3. Another rebound for Hellman. Hellman's got to get it out to Fry. It's like a 1-3-1 zone here for Elliott. Fry. Kuhn, open, no. And the Hellman brothers can't get that rebound. When you hear Ian Hyde-Lay yelling, "What are we doing?" It's not a great sign. It'll be an interesting halftime meeting for this team. Down 11 here. Final possession will be Nic Lafontaine and George Elliott's to have. LaFontaine off a screen. 3 ball, got it! Nic Lafontaine! Ice in his veins.
Man, he's been hitting some tough shots too.
As Olenek airballs the 3 at the buzzer. A 14-point lead as George Elliott pulled away at the end of the second. That'll do it for the first half here on TFSETV.ca. Semifinal number 1 in the BC Boys AA bracket. The second half coming up. Blue Jags, Coyotes next.
Tell all your friends and loved ones back home to